Well, so what's really keeping Americans today for saving more for retirement? Well, a new retirement confidence survey from Jackson Financial revealed that Americans blame financial needs on, get ready for this, Dan, raising a family for their lack of ability to save for retirement. So I know that kids are expensive. So this was not a few people or random people that were surveyed. It was over 2,500 people that were surveyed. And of that 2,500, 43% of those said still working and they're saving or paying for a kid's education. And that is reducing their ability to be able to save for retirement. So they're blaming the kids.
And they were 100% blaming the children, as if the kids asked to come into this world with parents that weren't good savers and didn't know how to balance a budget. So if we're just being honest back and forth, there's an issue here on both sides. The reality is kids are expensive. And if you're thinking about having a family, you better be prepared to be broke for a little while. Yeah. And hopefully through being broke for a little bit of time, you figure out how to start saving some dollars and where you can start putting money away. One of the cool things, John, that I love about your story, my dad's story, and even ours, none of us really grew up with anything. Mm-hmm. Your family worked on a farm. My grandparents were all fishermen, didn't really have a whole lot. When we were young, we didn't really have a whole lot. And my parents, through sacrifice and dedication, just like you, put us through college and came out with no debt, and they didn't have high incomes back then, hardly much at all. And it was because they planned. I think the problem with some of the generation today is they want to have all the things that they want in their own life, and they want to go and have a great time and have nice things and live in a nice house and drive nice cars, and they want to have kids and they want their kids to have nice things and drive nice cars and have all the nicest things. But it takes time and discipline, and you have to earn that. It's not given to you, and I think that's the problem out there. And so there are ways to have families, save money, and have nice things along the way, but it just takes planning, right? It doesn't just happen on its own. You've got to be specific. Nobody likes the word budget, but I would go as far as saying it's further than a budget. You really need to have a financial plan. Having financial planning done for you even before you start to have kids maybe is the best idea. Don't just jump in not knowing what you're getting into. Study the data. It'll tell you it's probably not a good idea, but have a plan.
That's right. And it's one of the things that we do for people is we help them plan not just for the future, but for today. And the reality is we have this saying around our office that says that you can play now and pay later, or you can pay now and play later. Now, that's not to say, to your point, Dan, that you can't have nice things or you're raising a family. You can. But delayed gratification is definitely worth its weight in gold. And we've had people say to us, well, it's easy for you to have a successful business. Well, it wasn't easy for us. My wife and I, years ago when we got married, we were driving a Hyundai when they were not cool cars. And we were bringing, a lunch and not going out to dinner. And when we sit down with couples, in many cases, to say, well, I can't afford to save for the future, it's a matter of what we call finding the money. And finding the money many times means that you may have to determine whether it's more important for you to delay some gratification for more benefit down the road and still raise a family. And you can do that. My parents did that. We've done that. But it does take commitment. It does take discipline. And I tell my boys they're poor because I want them to go out and to, make their own way in life. And I also tell them that you can experience the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And not having a plan and not delaying gratification, you will experience the pain of regret down the road.
Yeah, and I would go as far as to saying, if you're younger and you think you want to have kids at some point, the best benefit that you have on your side is time. Don't wait until you have children to start saving for your children. Imagine if you would have started saving $20 a month, $50 a month in this child's education account that really didn't even exist yet in this world, and you were able to do that for 5 years, 10 years. Then you had another 18 years behind that, and all of a sudden this proactive planning, you really started to reap the benefits of that. And that's financial planning really at its core. Even if we're not talking about family and kids, it's about having a proactive plan and planning in advance to be able to give yourself time to reap the benefits of that. If you haven't had a financial plan checkup and know where you're at, and if you have plans and things you want to do and aren't sure how to do that, or what kind of plan would get you there, you can give us a call, 615-488-3039, or check out beaconcm.com to have that discussion. Well, thanks for watching Retirement Talk. Subscribe here on the channel to get more episodes just like this.